Hey guys, it's Zach, and This is my second interview of Meet the Drummer, and I'm here with Kaleb of War of Ages. So
Hello.
thanks for doing this with me.
Of course.
This is actually the second tour we've done together. We did the last one a couple of years back. We played a Germany festival together. So yeah, here we are. We're in Lubbock, Texas today. Let's talk a little bit about the tour. So, with this whole virus thing. What do you think about that?
Well, I think I haven't got it yet somehow, miraculously. Or I've had it the whole time and I haven't shown any symptoms, I guess. That could be a possibility. But
It's funny because we were just talking about how, like, our immune system's just being on tour. It seems like they've built up over the years. At least it feels like for me. We've been touring pretty strong for, like, 4 years now. And I remember when we first started touring, I was getting sick all the time. We had, like, tissues all over the van. It was disgusting, but now it's like, we're out here doing this thing. So, yeah, and you guys are on tour with Disciple right now too, right?
yes, well, I think by the time this comes out, it will be not anymore. Because
that's true.
we were, and then we were on a break, and we were going to go back, but everything got canceled.
So how is it, like, playing church shows and then jumping on this tour and then playing the club shows?
Well, I definitely feel more at home at the clubs. That's what I'm used to doing. It's kind of weird playing at the churches, but they're very welcoming. It's awesome. Like, you get there before load in, and they have lunch ready for you, and then you load in, and there's usually people to help, like, bring the stuff in. It's a lot of space, big rooms, good crowds usually. So it's not bad. It's just different.
It's just different. Different. Why do you think you feel, like, more comfortable in the clubs, even though the churches try to make you feel more comfortable?
I think it's just, like, you get so used to doing a certain thing and in a certain environment for so long, and to try to do the same thing with a completely different vibe, like, all around you, it's not, like I said, it's not bad, but it just takes some getting used to. It's different.
That makes sense. Yeah, we've kind of dabbled in both our, convictions. It seems like, I mean, we have a tour with Disciple coming up as well.
Yeah, I heard that. It's awesome.
This July. But like you said, unfortunately, due to the virus, like, outbreak, you guys are canceling that, and
you might be pushing back.
This tour that we're on right now, this is the last day.
Yep.
Because the rest of it's actually getting canceled as well from this whole
it.
thing. So it's crazy. It's crazy time that we live in, man, right now. So let me check my notes. I think, let's see. Let's just talk about, like, your intro to drumming, like how you started drumming and all that.
I'm not really sure I remember exactly when it started. I was pretty young, maybe like 3 or 4. My family always kind of thought that I would be into the drums because I was banging on stuff all the time. They got me, like, one of those sampler machines that had a few different pads, and it had even like a MIDI controller button for the kick pedal and hi-hat.
Yeah.
And I got to the point where I would play it and learn songs on it good enough that my mom would put me in lessons. I think I was like 6 or 7 when I started lessons. And I took private lessons for a little bit. Played in church, probably from, like, middle school on through high school. Kept taking lessons. I did go to music school for, like, a total of, like, a year maybe. Maybe it was a year and a half, like a few semesters, but I never ended up actually finishing the music degree.
Was that just for, like, theory and stuff? Or
It was theory. And I did, like, recording. I did finish, like, recording school, but I didn't finish, like, the performance. Every time I would try, I'd be like, maybe I'll just do some gen eds or I'll switch to something else. It was just, it was like almost like math,
Yeah.
It took a lot of focus and some of the fun and feeling that I was so used to playing music out of it.
It's funny that you're like, but you're, like, doing it every day.
Yeah, exactly.
That's super funny. So what got you linked up then with the War of Ages guys? Because I know you're not the original drummer.
No, I've been here only, I think, like, the tour that we did with you the first time was my first tour with them.
Oh, I didn't know that. So you've been at, like, 2 years.
Yeah, about 2 years. I think
Or
that
so.
that September before the tour. I don't know if it was like
Okay.
October or November. We did. That's when I joined. So it was like
Oh wow.
right after. Yeah, I knew Jack. So when he joined the band, like I had known him already, played in his other band before. Yeah, and they just needed a drummer, and I was recording with him actually at the time, and he said, "Hey, what do you think about coming and do some shows? Because we need somebody to step in and do some live shows. We're kind of figuring it out," and it went really well. We didn't actually all practice together. Like I jammed with most of the guys, but Steve wasn't there, and we did the festival, and it went all right. So they asked me just to stay.
So you played a show with the band without actually practicing with the full band?
Yeah,
That's
without
interesting.
Steve.
Oh, without Steve.
Yeah.
Okay. Cool. Yeah, that's interesting. Because the original drummer was Leroy's brother,
Alex,
right?
yep.
And was he up in it until you joined? Or?
Yeah. Well, I think I'm not sure exactly when the split happened. When he decided to, kind of go his own way, and War of Ages goes the other way. But
Yeah.
I know they did one album that Alex Rudinger did the drums on, Alpha, the one right before Void, where I recorded.
Yeah. Okay. So you're only on one album.
Yep.
Then. Okay.
Yeah. So I don't know. It was probably before that he wasn't in the band anymore.
Okay, that makes sense. Yeah, because the tour we did with you guys 2 years ago was the Alpha Tour.
Yep.
And now this is...
Yeah, so like the album came
Promoting
out and
Void.
I joined. So everyone thought that I played on that album, but I actually didn't. I wasn't in the band yet.
Oh, interesting. Yeah, I didn't know that either. So that's really cool. And you're in other bands too, right?
Yeah, I dabble around here and there.
Yeah, I was going to say, like, what other bands do you play? I think you were telling me... last time that you were in like some death metal bands or something like that.
I have a progressive death metal band I've been playing with. Actually, before War of Ages, this whole time we've been just kind of putting along.
Still doing it?
Yeah, just guys from my local area. They were cool. We've been playing for a long time together. It's called Cases. I play in Nashville, like here and there with groups. There's like a punk band I play with, a country artist. They don't do shows a lot, but
yeah.
Anytime I can get something or like do recording or do a show for somebody, I usually take it.
That's really cool. Besides playing drums, do you work? Do you have a normal job? I guess you'd say.
On and off. Right now, I mean, I guess we'll see what happens when we get back with this going on because it's I work with it's a luggage storing company that kind of works with Airbnbs. I just basically sit in a Sprinter all day and watch suitcases. So it's kind of like tour. Yeah. It's pretty nice. Like my boss is really cool. He just lets me, if I need a day off, I just let him know in advance, and he's been cool with it up till now.
That's really cool. It's always like a blessing when you have a job that lets you tour.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, this is my first time having that since I joined War of Ages. Like right before I joined, I had a studio session. I was working at Guitar Center, and they wouldn't give me time off, and so I just quit to do the session, and I was just floating.
That's bizarre. You're not the first guy I've heard say that they worked at Guitar Center, and Guitar Center doesn't let them tour.
I think they used to.
Yeah.
But anymore, they're kind of cracking down on it.
Yeah, that's crazy. Well, let's talk about your drum kit. So I think you were telling me this is your first tour with this new kit.
Yeah, I just got it in the spring. Earlier, well, no. I guess it was like last summer. So, because it's spring now, technically. So it's almost been a year that I've had it, but we haven't done any tours on it yet. I've done some recording.
Yeah, it's a nice kit. What is it, by the way?
It's a Tama Star Classic Babinga. The, what is it? Quilted Jungle Babinga Burst is the finish. It's like green and brown.
It's a beautiful kit.
I like it a lot.
Did you have it through like an endorsement deal
No.
or anything like that?
No, I would love an endorsement with them. I've always played Tama drums and hardware mostly through the whole time of playing drums. It was like my first drum kit.
Yeah,
I've had a couple other ones that were great too, but just seems like reliable. I like the sound, but no, I just found it at Guitar Center on clearance. I had my eye on the finish for a while, and I heard they were gonna do the Babinga. They were gonna do away with the Star Classic Babingas, so
yeah,
I picked it up. It was real cheap.
It's such a nice kit. And you play Tama pedals too.
Yep.
'Cause we both play Speed
Yep,
Cobras.
the Speed Cobra's pretty nice.
I love those.
Mhm.
I love those pedals. What about like cymbals and sticks and heads and all that?
We got Evans heads. Always running those.
You said you do have it.
Yeah, we have the endorsement with Evans and Dario. I play Vic Firth sticks. That's usually what I always come back to. Like I've messed around with some other stuff, but I started playing Vic Firth, and it just feels comfortable to me.
Yeah,
you
I
know?
agree. That's what I.
So
that's what
yeah,
I do.
we can agree there.
Yeah, we can agree there for sure. So that's funny. Yeah, I play. I've played Vic Firth. I used to play Vader a lot.
Mm-hmm.
Like Vader was really good. But then Vic Firth came along, and then I now being like an artist, Vic Firth artist. So yeah, it's awesome. So
Yeah.
but yeah, let's see. You guys play a pretty long set.
Yeah, I think
You
it's
know,
like 42 minutes and some
it's-
change.
Yeah, it's pretty long, and you guys did 2 years ago when we play with you guys. So I noticed you have like a routine, like warm up, like kind of like regimen you go through.
Yeah, a little bit.
So like, just run me through
Kinda
that.
walk through?
Yeah, do a little walk through that.
Yeah, I mean it changes. Like if I'm at home, it might even be a little bit more lengthy, depending on what kind of practice I'm gonna do. Like sometimes I don't at all. I just sit down and start working.
Mhm.
And some shows, the best thing I can do is take a jog around the block or do some jumping jacks or something. But usually I'll whip out the pad around an hour before we go on, at least with my hands. Go through some rudiments, just like singles and doubles and combinations of the two.
Like paradiddles.
Yeah,
and all that
paradiddles, double
stuff.
paradiddles, and sometimes I do flams. Just really whatever I have time to do. It's not.
Yeah.
I used to be way more regimented with it. Like I could time it out to like, oh, this is gonna take me 40 minutes or whatever,
Yeah.
and I would go through the steps. But you don't always have the place to do it. Like sometimes I'll get the kick pad out if we got a good.
I've
green
noticed
room.
that. The
Sometimes
kick
I
pad.
won't. That's nice to have. It's like, but that's almost more like I'm doing some practice because when it comes to warm up time, I don't want to. I feel like you can warm up too much, and then at least for me, you get tired.
I've experienced that too. You like almost cramp up
Mhm.
because it's like your muscles get too tired or something or tensed up. I've noticed that. And then if you have that short break where you're setting up on stage and then you go back to it, it's like I've had cramps.
Yeah.
Cramps from like warming up too much. So I definitely can relate there. So yeah, man. So what else do you look to accomplish in drumming or in the band or?
I mean, it'd be awesome to do another War of Ages album soon.
Yeah.
It'd be awesome to play on other people's albums.
Yeah.
I think that's the goal. Really, is just like try to do as much recording and shows, with War of Ages or even other bands or wherever I go from here on out in my life to just like play enough drums that I'd never have to give up doing that and get another job as a priority. Like, I may always have to have a part-time or something I'm doing, but at least to just continue on this, that'd be just my goal,
Open to all ideas,
Mhm.
drumming. That's cool.
Yeah.
That's cool. Yeah, I'm kind of like, I get that perspective, and it seems like a lot of drummers that like we're on tour with kind of do the same thing. But I'm like more like honed in on like just convictions.
Yeah.
And like that's all I work on drum wise, or besides like some stuff on my channel. But yeah, I mean,
So
I
did
definitely
you-
get that perspective.
Did you like start the band? You're the original guy.
Yeah, and
that's,
maybe
like,
that's why, because like
Yeah.
those bands that are in other like I've only done 2 episodes, but the first episode being with Devin and Howlfront, he was the same way. He wasn't. I don't think he was the original drummer, so he's kind of a session guy, and so he dabbles in other projects and stuff like that. So maybe it is because I like started the band from the ground up.
You want to see it succeed, like
Yeah.
you're putting the work into it.
I do
for
other
sure.
things like on the business side, the design side, and kind of run like a, jack of all trades. I guess you could say. I have a lot of my hands in the inner workings of it. So yeah, I get that.
Yeah.
So yeah, anything else you want to add or?
I mean, everybody wash your hands. I don't know.
I would say come and see us on the rest of this tour, but it's getting nixed after today, so that's funny. Well, thanks for doing this with
Dude,
me.
yeah,
Man,
this is
so.
fun. I've always wanted to be on a podcast / interview, and my dreams are coming true as we speak.
That's cool. That's good to hear. I'm still like getting used to it too. It's well the second one, so. All right, well there you have it. My little interview with Kaleb from War of Ages. We're gonna cut this off because it sounds like they're about to start. So, yeah, we're in Lubbock, Texas. Last day of the tour. Keep posted for possibly some postponed dates. It sounds like we might throw something together.
Yeah,
we'll be on
back
tour
out.
again, maybe this summer.
Tight.
So maybe we'll see you out at a show, or I'll see you in the next video.